What's up, you guys? It's Ben. So for today's video, I want to tell you just a couple of methods about how to generate potential ideas for your product research. In this video, we're not actually going to talk about the product research criteria, but what we're going to talk about is just how to get started. So if you do want to do product research, but you just don't know where to start, what kind of products to look for, and how to potentially come up with different ideas, I wanted to give you a few ways that I potentially use myself to kind of get things rolling. Okay, so the first things first is one of the first kind of my favorite methods to use is actually going onto the best sellers list. So what you have to do is basically go on Amazon like we will do now. I'm gonna just minimize that. Okay, and you can see here bestsellers. Now, by clicking on the bestsellers, that will come up with every single niche that there is selling on Amazon. And bestsellers, basically, as the name implies, will show you the best selling products in that particular niche over a given period of time. And it's usually updated about on an hourly basis. So the products that you find in 1 hour might be different the next hour. So let's say, for example, we go into beauty or any other particular niche, and you will start to see various different products for you to go into. And then what you want to do, so let's say for example we come across a hand wash or antibacterial hand wash, then you go on to another amazon.co.uk website and just type in antibacterial hand wash, excuse me, and you can start looking into that particular niche. So that is one way of potentially finding, and looking for new ideas. What you do want to ideally go for is products that do not have a very well-known brand. Okay, so something that is maybe a little bit more generic, because those niches tend to work best. Some niches are very heavily competitive because they've got very well-known brands, such as toothpaste, some of the beauty products, Garnier, skincare, all those sort of things. I tend to stay away from them because they're very well known. So that would be the first time. Now the second method that I sometimes use is actually also is movers and shakers. Now the difference between bestsellers and movers and shakers is very small, and that means is that movers and shakers basically means within the last 24 hours those particular products in that particular niche have shot up the most in terms of their sales rank and just sales figures in general. So those products will out of nowhere become very popular for whatever reason, and I like to go through them as well. So as you can see here, anti-frizz grooming kit, styling comb, face masks, etc. So that would be one way, and then you just literally type in face mask, for example, and you can see what else comes up with, and you can have a look through every single one of these niches, skincare, applicator, brush, and then you kind of take it from there. And what you want to ideally do is get an idea of one particular niche that you're looking into, and then sort of submerge yourself into that particular niche and be taken to a different product or a different niche and so on and so forth. That's kind of the idea behind it, really. Now the next way I like to kind of potentially look at things is really trying to keep it as broad as possible. So I type in all departments and I keep it broad, like for example for women. Okay, and what will happen, so for women, and what you will see with this sort of very broad keyword is loads of very different products. Okay, so we have watches, we have casual baggy sleeved onesies and trousers, and all these sort of things as well that you can potentially look into. So let's say if I wanted potentially to sell pajamas or anything like that, here's an idea. So what I would do then is go up to the top of the search and type in pajamas and kind of go from there, really. So that would be one way of doing it. Now another way as well is by keeping it broad, but let's say for example you don't want to specify for women or men, you can put something like gifts, for example. So type in gifts, and you again will have a very broad range of products that can be given as gifts, and that could be to your girlfriend or wife, your children, etc. And again, what you want to do is you come across something nice, like for example bath bombs, then you go back onto Amazon, type in bath bombs, and see how that particular niche is doing. It's very easy in my opinion to generate ideas once you get accustomed to the process. Now The last kind of way that I potentially like to generate ideas, and sometimes if I have gone through all the niches that I personally think they are good, I can't find anything new at all, and I've gone through all the bestsellers, I've gone through all the movers and shakers, and all the products seem to be just repeating themselves because some products are just going to do better in those particular niches than others, and it's quite hard to come across something that's completely new. I just literally like to Google random word generator and just generate words from there. Like for example, we have generate reflect, and then you type in that word into the, there you go, reflect, reflective tape, reflective window film, reflective photography, and here are all the niches that you might potentially want to look into further. So as you can tell from this short video, you should never have a shortage of ideas when it comes to product research. The very key and the hardest part of this product research part is not the ideas part. It's actually making sure you find the right niches that are right for you, for your budget, and that there's opportunity for you to sell in, and then kind of opportunity for you to make money on for your personal circumstances. Because like I said in my previous videos, products that may work for you may not be working for somebody else because they might not be able to afford to buy as much as you do, etc, etc. So that's pretty much it for today's video. If you did like the content and you would like to see more videos around Amazon, Amazon FBA, and Amazon product research, and just keep up to date with everything that's going on with selling on Amazon, especially in the UK marketplace, think about subscribing to the channel. I will be putting out a lot more content coming up very, very soon. And thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.